for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pat behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager. So I represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and whatever you said. I gotta remember. So, yo, first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who sit in front of you. She will post that live and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she was stooped that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, yo, there's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga? Because, you know, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising a child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I gotta see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I found out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods, not Hitman? My words, my bond is my life. I should give my life before my words shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connected a couple more dots, I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows, richer for poor, sick and for health, sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse and death to us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she's cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're gonna go to therapy, but she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story, like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out, man. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same, but when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. Till she graduates high school, college, get her degrees. I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out. She said, Pat, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. So I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up, after this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pat, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and him stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this, mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him. Don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm gonna go to the event. I'm gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone, right? I go to the hold on a second, man. Give me 1 second. I don't know what to do. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. One second, y'all. Okay, back to the subject of the matter. So I go to the event. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage, stayed in the crowd, fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lane. Went home with the lane. Okay. She came home. She went home with the lane, stayed out all night, came home probably like the next morning. When she came home, after that, the baby is there. I ain't tripped. Kept it moving, kept raising my daughter, kept it pushing. A couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. I reach out to the therapist, let her know what transpired. We went to the event, everything was everything. After those couple days, me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. I'm saying it's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we're sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's 2 beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever. So me, her, and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. I wake up, it's just me and my daughter in the bed. So I get up, I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed, and as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, she on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This is what you doing in here? This is what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lane. Okay, move forward from that. Another battle comes up. The lane not on the card. He's not on the card. It's just another event. But mind you, like I told y'all previously, I'm there for my daughter. I'm there being the father. I'm not going to allow this situation to take me away from my child. So what I do,
it's gonna be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of her. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about where I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like the only reason why it's stuck is because you.
Now bear witness to this. You just heard this lane who she was dealing with since 2022 say in his own voice, I got videos and pictures of us. That's gonna go whenever I say so. I don't care if she go back to him. This cheating gonna go when I say so. This is the same recording when he was up there clout chasing. Oh, I'm gonna be on Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna get more followers. All of this foolishness, right? So y'all just heard the lane, the knockout victim, saying he got videos of her. But let's listen to her telling me that, oh, by the way, one of the reasons why she's so angry at me is because she says, all of this is my fault. Y'all ready for this? Because I knocked him out. She said if I would have never knocked him out, she would have been stopped talking to him. She said the fact that I knocked him out, she had to keep talking to him because she didn't want him to expose things. I highly suspected that they was using drugs together. I heard someone say earlier while she was on live, are you high? She moves very strange. I seen a video where she looked outside of herself. I'm not accusing her of anything. This is not my style. But the fact that you mentioned my children and fabricated all these stories about me, about this money, when I wrote 90% of your rhymes since I met you, I can type a word from any one of your verses for the past time I've been with you. I wrote like 3 songs on your first album. I can come in my email drafts right now, which has dates on them, y'all, 2016, 14, and you can literally see her lyrics pop up, the whole rapper pop up. But let me say this though. Let's get to this part right here. We just heard him admit that he's blackmailing her, right? Now, let's listen to her telling me that he's blackmailing her, that she would have been stopped talking to him. Since she want to get on here and fabricate and fake big this lame up. Have you noticed since I moved on, you never see her with the lame no more? She was sneaking around with him in restaurants. what he was at? Cheese Factory, matching outfits, losing the battle on stage, getting cooked by Geechee, getting cooked by Suge. This nigga can cook every battle. I don't know what type of rapper is this dude, man. Never lost a battle in my life. But anyway, keep it moving. We don't care about that. She tried to make it about Clarissa. I just met Clarissa in July last year. I've been dealing with this with you since 2022. Clarissa has nothing to do with this. She's very angry because Clarissa is shining like the diamond she is. World-class champion, Olympic winner. She has nothing to do with this. Actually, Clarissa went on a Breakfast Club, did an interview, and said she don't have a problem with her. This, which aired yesterday. Yesterday morning, I wake up to a phone call of her being belligerent, being a narcissist, screaming on my phone, claiming that Clarissa disrespected her. How did she disrespect you? She said she don't have a problem with you. Then, in the process of that phone call, she asked me, so are you done with me? Are you done with me? I said, is that a question? Am I done with you? I said, she said, you moving forward with the divorce? I said, yes. My attorney, she wanted to fabricate these stories talking about not retaining an attorney. The last time I spoke to Remy, we said, listen. I said, listen, I spoke to my attorney. Saturday is the day that her schedule allows for me to come in. I have been interviewing different attorneys trying to pick the right one. I wanted to get a civilized divorce where we don't have to do none of this clown shit. She never wanted to do that. Just in recent time, she started to claim, when I say recent, I mean past few weeks, she started to claim that, she wanted to get the private divorce. So I said, okay, good. So when she called me the other day, tried to get back with me yesterday, and I declined because she was so mad about Clarissa, so angry because I finally moved on. She see us living our life. She talking about doing something for the gram or doing it for this and that. I'm living my life. I lived over there with you. I tolerated your foolishness, your cheating, and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Moving on along, I just played an audio to y'all of the lame admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm going to play an audio of her telling me that he's blackmailing her. Basically saying, but before I want to play the audio, I want to let y'all know that she's very angry at me because she says that if I would have never knocked him out, none of this would happen. So one of the reasons why she has so much animosity towards me is because I knocked him out. I'm letting y'all know that right now. That's one. I'm gonna tell y'all the other two later. Oh, it gets worse. Hold on. You wanna be funny? I could be funny too. But I'm gonna be funny with the truth. You lie, you lie, and you lie. You had the audacity to come on here and make up a fake story and say, oh, my mother called me. How L ever say, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. First and foremost, you talking about your mother called you about a YouTube video that everybody know they make fake videos on YouTube. Remy's in the hospital, Papoose this, that, this person, that. Those, we all know those is fake. You just mad because you see us moving on in our life, right? You want to fabricate a story about, and I still say my mother-in-law because me and her had a tight relationship like that. And I would never say anything to disrespect her or anybody in the entire family. You lied and said, I said, go get your brothers. That's cap. Everybody know I'm close, I'm more close to them and show them more love and support than you do. But let's keep it moving. So we already played the audio of the lame, the knockout victim, soft, didn't even fight back. That's what made me mad. I would have just clipped him and kept it pushing, but the fact that I seen that the nigga was soft when I ran down him, I said, yeah, this nigga be talking all this gangster shit, and he ain't even gonna fight back? Nigga was like a dead headlights. But that's another story. Knocked him out. It's no mystery. Had to get a tetanus shot, knocked his tooth out and all that. Hole in my hand, the whole shit. But let me show y'all the audio of her. Check this out. I want y'all to listen to this. Can y'all hear me? Should I play the lame first? Should I play the lame saying that he the knockout victim, saying that he's blackmailing her? Let me play her admitting it. But she's angry at me because I knocked him out, y'all. Glass Joe, y'all. We call him Glass Joe. Check it out. But listen to her. I want y'all to bear witness to this because out of the whole situation, this was one of the parts that really bothered me. So that's why I reached out to certain fake friends who I thought would be real, like they say they are, and step up. I try to bring it to their attention. Yo, I think she being blackmailed. Do me a favor, just reach out to her. Don't tell her you spoke to me. I just want to know she's okay. She hasn't seen the baby in days. So I said, damn, see if y'all can reach out. And I don't want to involve nobody in this because this don't got nothing to do with them and they don't owe me nothing. But when you say you family, you gotta live, that's an action. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live up to that. But that's neither here nor there. So we played the audio of him admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm gonna play the audio. Listen to what she said. And I want y'all to know that this is my ex-wife. We're not married anymore. But at the time, as a married man, I wanted to protect her from being blackmailed. So I told her, if this is going on, let me know. Whatever he's blackmailing you, I'll handle that. And we'll get past it as a family. But she lies so much, you don't know what to believe. So I'm like, damn, is she blackmailing? Is he blackmailing her or not? But I want y'all to hear this. Listen to this.
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all like that, and then not getting dragged on both sides. My team Papoose and team fuck this nigga.
Team fuck this nigga. That's your name, babe, bro. Your name is Team fuck this nigga. Hold on, let's play this again.
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all like that, and then not getting dragged on both sides. My team Papoose and team fuck this nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
I would have been stopped talking with this nigga. So she's mad at me because I knocked him out. So she's telling me that I knocked him out. I put her in a position where she still had to be cool with him. But she tell y'all on live, oh, he's this, oh yeah, a man that treat me right, a man that did this or did that. You just said the other day you don't even deal with this lame no more. So we got one audio of him saying that he's blackmailing her. For all y'all who didn't hear it, we got an audio of the lame admitting to blackmailing this woman. Listen to this.
Yeah, no. So far, she saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that. But you're right,
Hold on. Let me get to the beginning of this thing again. Let me make sure I get it from the right part, y'all. Bear with me, man. Some bullshit audio. Hold on. Hold on, let me get this right. We're gonna get to it. So we playing the audio, y'all, of the lame admitting to blackmailing her. He's admitting it.
Yeah, no. So far, she saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that. But you're right, though. That ain't think oh, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of her. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you did all these shit.
All right, so y'all heard that. Again,
hey, real mama Fifi.
Basically saying she's
good
been
to see you, love.
That's what it sound like to me. What y'all think?
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all like that, and then not getting dragged on both sides. My team Papoose and team fuck this nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true.
I would have been stopped talking to this nigga. So you telling me you got a lame running around here bragging, oh, I'm fucking this wife, oh, the whole shit, right? You got a lame who came in front of me, shook my hand, and which is total disrespect as a man. You sleep with my wife, it is what it is. She chose that, she's an adult. That's not why I knocked you out. I knocked you out because you shook my hand. But he's on audio saying he's blackmailing you. So which one is it? Which one is it? You've told me numerous times you don't deal with him no more. You want to go on Instagram and say you with your child every day. No, you're not. You just started being with the baby after I left. Once I left, you started trying to prove to me that you're with the baby and you're doing the right thing. You're doing things that I've always wanted you to do. You just called me the other day and said happy anniversary. I didn't even say it back to you, Rem. I didn't say it back to you. You know why? Because when our 15th year anniversary came, which was a milestone, we were supposed to have the whole thing that we did in the 10 year. You didn't want to acknowledge it properly because you was too busy running around doing what you was doing. Now I'm in a space where I moved on. So for a person who got all these lies to say about me, why is it that you try to call me the other day and say happy anniversary? Why is it that when I went to pick my daughter up, you asking me for gifts and things like that? Why is it? Because you're a narcissist. And in the process of you being a narcissist, anything you can't control, you're mad. But you lost the remote. So you know when somebody loses the remote, they go frantic. See, but what you didn't understand was my loyalty was because I said wedding vows before God, better for worse, richer for poor, sickness and health, death do us part. And I lived that out. I did nothing but take care of you. Every utility in that house to this day right now is under my name. The alarm company called me today. You talking all this money talk, you just paid a cable bill probably within the last 2 weeks out of my account. I had to bail you out of jail when you caught your case. When you had to pay the civil case. And we backtracked it. Who account did that come from? Me. You didn't have a dime. Slay warned me. May he rest in peace. He warned me. He warned me.
Grand Rising.
So when you say malicious things about him, now that he's deceased, I know why. Because he know the truth. So all of this money talk that you're talking, you're a liar. All you do is lie, very bipolar. Say something 1 minute and she'll say 5 minutes later that she never said it. She will say she never said it. Right now on my phone, and like I told you, I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote for her, I never wanted one penny. I never put my name on the credit. I never did anything. When people said, we know Pat writing that. Oh, you want to go in here and say, oh, I was making music before him. You was. That's why when I started writing it, they saw the difference. You want to talk down upon me. You want to try to assassinate my character. But in actuality, there are people who interact with us. Anybody who ever been around her and never been around me, please step to the front. Am I respectful? Am I considerate? I come from a very big family. I'm very loved. I'm very loved, inside and outside. And guess what? Your family love you too, but you don't love them. You're very cruel to people because you're a narcissist. And you know what? It hurts me that I gotta even say this about you, that I gotta even come on this live and do this. But the fact that you tried to mention my children, the fact that you had the audacity to come on here and say, I haven't seen my daughter, when you didn't allow me to see my daughter. December 14th, when we gave my daughter a birthday party, you came to my attention, we spoke about the party. I said, how much is the party? You told me the amount of the party. You put up your half of the money for the party. I put up my money for my daughter's party. When my daughter's party took place, you had the audacity to send me a text and tell me not to come to my child's party. Why did you do that? Because I moved on and I wasn't sitting in the house watching my daughter while you run around with this lame, come home to me and say you wasn't with him. Why would you be with him? He's so beneath you. When I noticed that you was probably getting blackmailed, because you're such a liar, I tried to protect you, like I always protected you. You want to make it, you want to go on the gram, you want to play games about me knocking him out, that's a small thing. That wasn't the first time you saw me in action. But you know what? Like I said earlier, there's 3 reasons why she started to have so much animosity towards me. One was because I knocked him out. And it wasn't because she cared about his well-being. It was because she had been, as a celebrity, as a famous person, who could be a role model if she wanted to, she has been behaving in a very, should I say promiscuous? Should I say promiscuous? She has been behaving in a very not too respectful way. And it's been right under the nose of the entire industry and everybody. And people allow it because some of them are groupies. Some of them are clout chasers. Some people, you know, they know the truth, but they act like it's not happening. By me knocking him out, it kind of put it out there, what's really going on. Also, she tried to fool y'all and say, what person would be in a marriage with a loving husband, being taken care of, bills paid, and cheat? You know what person would do that? You. You. Everything would be fine, and you would still violate. Because you know why? You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. That's one of the main problems with you. I could sit up here and run through your body count, but that's not what I'm going to do, because I'm not here to tear you down, and I'm not here to disrespect you. I'm not here to do that. But the fact that you mentioned my children and you fabricated after you have already been documented and recorded telling the truth about how I supported you when you was away. Telling the truth about our entire time together. But it wasn't good enough for you to move on and be an adult after you cheated. And I gave you numerous opportunities to stop the cheating. We went to a therapist. Why come on here and lie and say we haven't slept together since 2022? Why come on here and make it seem like that's true? We never had an agreement. Oh, you be with who you be with and I be with. We never had an agreement. All we had was you lying, saying that you're not with him. Why would you deal with him? That's all we had. And when I found out the truth that you were with him, you said, let's go to therapy. And I agreed. Then we made an agreement with the therapist. You violated the agreement again. So when I caught him, I knocked him out. Wherever I would have saw him at, I would have knocked him out. You so mad at me because I knocked him out at your event. Anywhere I saw him at, he was getting put down.
Listen here, it sounded like Remy was getting her some therapy in the office and in the bedroom, but it just wasn't with Papoose. Okay. Let's get into some of these comments and then we're gonna go ahead and continue out with the audio. Always good to see you too. Y'all hit the like button. Tap the right hand side 3 dots and it's gonna bring it up. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. He said, I'm glad you got this on. Good morning. Yeah, he was there for Remy. Hate to see a good man being dogged out. You know, I hate that too. But I just kind of feel like, you know, if you're gonna do the divorce, do the divorce. Like, I feel like if he was going to be the man and he knows that Remy allegedly has some mental things going on, because he mentions, oh, well, I'm not saying that she's bipolar, but she always in this mood, up, down, around, and all this and that, right? Then he played the audio of the dude saying, well, hey, I have audio, I have videos, I got, you know, this, that, and the third. I'll release it whenever I want to. Then he's telling her, well, tell me what it is that he's got. I'm going to stick right here beside you. I'm going to hold your hand. Give me your hand. What's going on? Just let me know what's going on, and we going to roll this thing out. And see, this is the thing. You don't find too many men that say, okay, you know, you got a little habit. You know, you don't want to close your legs. I get it, right? You're with one person for this long. You got to keep it spicy. You know, you just got to keep it spicy. Let's see. You said, damn girl, Remy, wake up. Don't let that good man go. Hey, Tulsa. Hey, Norris Tony. Good morning, Peanut Butter Face. You said, she was sick of him. She's not bipolar. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. You know what? Do y'all think that, you know, with her getting locked up, honey, mother was locked up for 7 summers or something like that. I just feel like, honey, Remy done got out. The trends done changed, honey. She done got her old nasty piece of lace front. She got her some, you know, I don't know if she went to the surge or whatever, you know, but she all nice and tight or whatever. And honey, she's feeling, and the boys are out. They like, girl, we've been waiting for you to come up out of jail. You know what I'm saying? You know how those ladies be waiting for their man to come up out of jail? The fellas was like, baby, we was right here waiting for you at the door. Okay? And honey, when she come out, you know, she decided to be free. But I just feel like Remy, maybe 1 or 2 times he forgive you But then you make it repetitive, and then you make it a big deal, like you just can't let the guy go. When your man your husband is saying, "Baby, what is it? I'ma stick this out with you." Whatever it is that he's gonna, let me know how to defend us, is what he wanted to know. She been home long enough to satisfy her addiction. Ooh, wait a minute now. Well, listen here, maybe she's a nympho. Cause honey, when she got caught cheating, when she got caught riding that thing out, honey, she said, "Baby, let's go to therapy, honey." And like I said, when she went to therapy, she was sitting on that couch, and when she got up out that couch, she went and sat on that man's lap, allegedly.
And I told you this. I still got the messages telling you this. So all of this fabrication, all of these stories about me, my children, all of these stories about money. I paid every bill in that household. I did nothing but buy you gifts. It's photos and everything of it. It's all on my page. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. They hiding from something. It's still there. Me buying her gifts. All that materialistic. If you notice, her entire thing was about materialism. Just fabricating. She just recently told me she don't got no money. So what you talking this money talk? Hey, this is what I got in my account. Let's keep it a buck. So you want to fabricate these stories. I don't have to fabricate to impress anybody. Everybody knows I'm a hard worker. Everybody know I came from the bottom. Everybody know I went from artist, transition to executive. All of the times y'all see me support this woman, any song, any video she dropped, show me one post of her saying, "Subscribe to Tune Core." Show me one. Just show me one. Show me one, guys. When I drop the album every month, every single month, as the year progressed, the producers and the artists grew higher and higher and higher. By the time I got to the end of the year and I caught that feature with Lil Wayne, she ain't come home no more. She started staying out. There's people very close to you. When you did that, they said, "Pat, we know her for a long time. Don't pay her no mind. She's only doing that to throw you off of your grind. She see you finally about to be successful again, bro. It's been a long time. You deserve it." You know what she did? Start staying out, not coming home. So I could go on and on about her. She could fabricate any lie she want about me. Any lie she want to fabricate, she could fabricate. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you come around me and you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. So all of this money talk on that aspect, that's cap. You talk about me buying you gifts. You try to say in the past, "Oh, you don't buy gifts." That's documented. You walk around with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. We bought it together. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. But like I said earlier, the fact that you chose to mention my kids, that's why I responded on this video. As far as the divorce, like I said, she never wanted to get a divorce. She never wanted a divorce, that's correct. And she didn't want to do it peacefully, like two adults, because the attorneys brought to my attention, if you guys agree, the divorce could be private. But if you don't agree, it gets messy. I brought that to her attention. She never wanted to do it. Just recent, and I say within the past few weeks, she's been saying that she wanted to do it civilized way. So we had a plan. She said she wanted to go to a mediator. She wanted to go to a mediator. She wanted to work it out. She even tried to tell me, like I told you yesterday, she started asking me, "Are you done with me? Are you done with me?" I said, "Is that even a question? I'm going forward with the divorce, yes." Now, I wake up to this morning. Very strange. So, what I'm saying to y'all is, the reason why this is happening because you mentioned my children and you lied. You cheated with this lame since 2022. You cheated with numerous others before that. And you know it's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it.
Let me just say this right quick. This isn't the first man and he snapped. Wow. So she cheated with other men. But let me just say this. Notorious B.I.G. would never. Okay? Listen here. Notorious B.I.G. would never do that to Lil' Kim. Let's be honest. Notorious B.I.G. would have never done that to Lil' Kim. Even though we know that, rest his soul, even though we know that he contributed to her music and things like that, he would never come out and just be that tacky. My thing is, like I said, when it comes to Papoose, he wants to act like, he's taking the higher road and things like that. But really, I feel like with him doing all this talking, he's setting her up for alimony. He is setting her up for alimony. He admitted that she had $0. She ain't got no money. Okay, so now it's time for when it's time for the divorce, baby, go ahead and clap that right on up, because she's going to use this audio recording right on in court. Your Honor, he makes it known, my client is, without money. And so, yes, we are pushing for the alimony. Uh-oh. You said Remy had been tacky the entire time. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, Remy, you was supposed to go out there, get your little bang on, and then go on back home. You wasn't supposed to get hooked on the situation, girl. You was supposed to go out there, get your little freak on, and come on back home. You want to stay out all night, cuddle up, kiss, and do all that. You're not supposed to be doing no kissing. If you are going to be out there doing that, and okay, your dude, he know about it, right? And you saying that you want to get you some counseling, and I get it. I mean, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I really couldn't tell y'all what's going through her mind, but it's like she needed to feel appreciated. She wants to feel loved. And in her defense, when she was locked up, we don't know if Papoose was putting them kids to bed and going ahead on round the corner down to the motel and get his wang bang on. So we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. See, nobody was really checking for him, while she would, well, I mean, of course the ladies were checking for him, but I'm just saying, like, media wasn't checking for him, like checking his every move, seeing where he's going, things like that. I feel like if he was a bigger star, I would still say, well, I don't know. That's a sticky situation, y'all. That right there, that's a sticky situation. You said, I know how it is to be married and in love with someone else. Oh, wow. Well, looky. I don't think that she was in love with somebody else. I think she was in lust. I think she was lusting. Oh boy, she got her a piece of new peen. He was hitting it from the back, giving her them back shots, and she forgot she had to go home. It's like, girl, this was just an experience. Okay, the experience is over. Now it's time for you to go back home. You done got your little fix. Now it's time for you to get back in that kitchen, start cooking, cleaning, and get back on your regular routine and let Papoose fall back in. You know what I'm saying? Let him fall back in. But I feel like now that Clarissa has him, now she's mad. It was like she wanted to do what she wanted to do, and she didn't ever think that he would be like, you know what? I'm fed up. But you know, sometimes, you know, women, they'll use those kids. And like you said, you going out here saying, oh, he hasn't seen his kids, this, that, and the third. Well, it's because you didn't let him see his kids. And that part right there, I don't agree with. I do not agree with that. You don't ever put them kids in the middle of what you have between you and your husband. Like Remy, girlfriend, I cannot agree with you on that. You said even if she got her lick back and still continue. Exactly. And see, that's the thing. She didn't went overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we don't know what he was doing. You know, maybe, you know, he did. Okay, you got your lick back. Maybe he confessed to something. That's something that we will never know, right? Because right now the focal point is this man somebody he's gonna put out revenge P on her. That's what we know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was doing the most. And this is the thing. She had like even the dude was tacky. I mean, him sending Papoose those voice notes and things like that. Like, dude, you way out of bounds. Why are you communicating with my husband? Like, first of all, I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Listen here, we got 10 people in here, only 7 likes, y'all. Come on, hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button for us.
I'll tell you
Please.
exactly what I wrote, and when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. But that's neither here nor there. That's not why I came here. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated. You fabricated and you talked about my children. And as a father, I was not going to allow that. I've allowed you to do what you've been doing all of this time, and I said nothing. I said nothing. She got mad at me because I went live and said I didn't knock this lame out. Oh, it's not just the two. I said, Rem, whatever I got to do to assist you, I'm going to do it. Oh, no, but it's not just us. What the hell you mean it's not just us? Who is this nigga? Very bitter because I moved on, because I finally moved on. I got tired of sitting there, tolerating it. And I was there for my daughter, but I started to realize that my daughter didn't need to see me like that. She didn't need to see her father when she got to come in another room to visit me now, when we all used to sleep together as a family. I started to realize that. I said, you know what? I would rather her see me how she's supposed to see her dad, on his feet, doing the right thing, not sitting in here tolerating somebody who constantly stabbing me in my back. So I decided to move on. And as far as the divorce, the reason why I filed today was because, like I said, me and her just spoke. And we said, I told her, I'm going to go Saturday and speak to my attorney. After I speak, I'll be ready to do the mediation, you know what I'm saying? To offer the mediator. But since she's so upset, because if you pay attention, Clarissa has a fight coming up. Clarissa's out here shining like the diamond she is. And she's mad. She's bitter that I moved on. So she wanted to go on social media today and fabricate. You come on a live talking about, oh, my mother went on YouTube and she said, are you in the hospital? Dumb fake hospital videos is old as hell. You just wanted an excuse to come up here and be malicious and make up lies. Let's keep it a buck. That was pathetic. This year on the live talking about, pay attention y'all, go back to the live and watch this. Oh, don't call me. No, y'all, don't call me. What Ed Lover say? Come on, son. Come on, son. Nobody was calling you. Nobody was calling you. Picked up the phone and said, no, don't call me. Oh, I thought you was calling me about that. They didn't even know she was live, y'all. Your bullshit and your tactics is not relevant. If you look at Cardi B video, when she went at, when she was talking, I think she went live about her husband or whatever, because I don't want to get in their business. But during her video, she was like, nobody call me. Nobody call me. You up here, you want to imitate that, man. You're not Cardi B, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Oh,
This is how phony you is. Yes, she did. She on the live saying, oh, don't call me, no. But she picked up the phone. Oh, I thought she was calling me about that. Nobody was calling me about that. They didn't care. Nobody cared about that. But this is the fabrication and the fakeness. This is the fakeness. You just needed an excuse to do that. You've been telling me for the longest, when I knocked them out, oh, I'm gonna make you lose your job. That's the first thing that came out of my mouth. Like I said earlier, never supported it. All the support y'all seen. And mind you, I don't want y'all to take my word for this. It speaks for itself. So document it. Never let these celebrities who you support spend money on, follow their journey, open their mouth when something bad happens to tell you, you don't know me. You don't know my real life. Yes, they do. I documented when my child was born in front of them. I documented the wedding. I documented visiting you. So these people been following our journey for a long time. They say that because they don't want you to believe your eyes. Y'all seen it, y'all. Everything y'all seen was true. Y'all seen the entire journey of us. And throughout that journey, what did y'all say? What did y'all notice? Y'all seen support. Y'all seen loyalty. Y'all seen authenticity. Y'all seen my daughter be born. I welcomed y'all into the delivery room. It was all documented. Now you want to lie to these people and rewrite history and say, he didn't support me, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. You're a damn liar. I had to pack up the house that you was renting when you caught the case and put everything in storage. I had to fly everybody up. I had to relocate and get a condo close to the prison so I could visit you. I went and visited you every day for a year straight because I knew you needed me. I knew you needed me. And now you want to come in front of these people and change that and change the facts of what happened? Really? Why? Because I wouldn't lie and say I didn't knock some lame out who deserved it? You don't shake no man's hand and sleep with his wife.
Oh, child. Now, y'all get into that. And that was deep. See, I didn't know that the man, like, they met before. He shook his hand and then he went and was intimate with that man's wife. So, with Papoose going and doing what he had to do, I just feel like that is a man, that is his family. He's the head of household. He is the man, of the family. I don't see anything that he did wrong. He stood 10 toes down. And I think that, some of these youngins, they really need to take notes, maybe not to, I mean, there's some parts that resonate, that you could use, but, not the little mean parts. But I just feel like he is a role model. I love the way that he thinks. I love the way that he cares for his family. I love the way that he really expresses his love for his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk about his love for his daughter, let's look at some of these women out here and that are being pounced around on, being thrown from here to there, that's spreading their self thin for these men. Is how did your daddy treat you? You know, your daddy is your first love. And that girl, she's gonna expect a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the guy that comes and tries to be with her, he's gonna have, her daddy was always there. You know what I'm saying? He protected her feelings. So they gonna have to come with it, is what I'm saying. Whoever his daughter get with, they gonna have to come with it, baby. Cause he don't play the radio. And that is very clear. Say what you want about him, but baby, he don't play the radio about his. You said, let me see, let's read these comments. Even if, okay, she got her lick back. I read that one. Yes, it was love for me. I cried for time we were apart. You said, yes, I've been following him while she was locked up. He was or is a good man. Yeah, and you know what? I just feel like he endured a lot. I mean, when you talk about a spouse going down to jail, I mean, you're putting the responsibility all on him. Y'all, hold on, because I can't see my comments. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Okay, so when you talking about let's see. Okay, so when you talking about putting the responsibility on one person, I mean, he's having to take care of the kids. He's having to make sure you have money on your books. He's making sure you have lyrics. He's making sure he's putting out an album every month, you know? And like he said, you know, he was on his way up and you got jealous and you got upset. And you can't say, oh, I built this man up and now he got up on his feet. Now he ready to move on with somebody else. No, baby. You had a good man. And Kaya told you a long time ago, girl, you just got out of jail. Give Papoose some kids. Rub him down. Rub his feet. Love on that man. Love on him. You'll be so surprised if you love on your husband and they don't love on you. Okay? Hey Shakim, we over here talking about what's her name? Remy Ma and Papoose and their whole situation, their online carrying on for the people child. Um and he said that, you know, Remy wants him back. You know what I'm saying? So listen here, let's see what Remy has to say.
Hello. Happy rainy Thursday.
Okay, Jim said, I've been seeing it all over social media. Okay, so what are y'all thoughts for y'all that are just now coming in and those that have been rolling out with us? Because we just heard the audio of Papoose. Now we're about to roll on over to see what Remy Ma has to say. Because he broke it down to us. He said that he loves his family. He tried to keep it together. She kept cheating on him. Then, oh boy, see, this is the thing. Oh boy got slick with it and sent him some voice messages, and so they were communicating back and forth. Then he played an audio with him and Remy Ma, and he's like, you know, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what it is, what it ain't. But then she's like, well, you know, I was trying to be cool with him so he didn't go left on me, this, that, and the third. And, you know, then I got to worry about Team Papoose and Team fuck, fuck him up or something like that. You said how many men would relocate to near prison to visit every day? Exactly. Who like what man would relocate to be close to the prison, to be there to see her and bring the kids and you know? Yeah, it was a lot, child. All right, let's take a listen.
Thank you. No, you know you gotta like curl the baby hairs first. Duck lips. Hey guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Gemini season is upon us. It has begun. Gemini gang. Shout out to all my Geminis. Yes, just want to remind y'all, my birthday is coming. It is. It is. Ain't nothing peeking off the shirt. Y'all so sheesh. Goodness grief. No, I'm literally about to. I thought it was. Let's pep it a bean. When it's not, when it wasn't, I ain't say nothing. I dealt with it. I dealt with it. I ain't never met a bitch. I've been waiting for somebody to just use a little bit of common sense. I ain't never met a female who has a perfect dude that takes care of her, helps her financially, emotionally, physically, is there for you, treats you like this wonderful thing, right? And you just say, you know what? I don't care. Fuck this whole shit. Who does that? Nobody. Nobody. Oh, everyone looks so much happier now. Girl. Girl, man, don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody with nowhere to stay. The fuck? The fuck? I literally told him, every time your current come up says my name or does something that I feel is trying to attack me in any type of way, I'ma drag you. I'ma drag you. And I haven't even been dragging them. Bad enough, you got my daughter's mom out here looking crazy because you refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see. They'll see. I seen one of these. She was like, she said there was others. Who are they? I want to know. Do your own homework. No.
Okay, so listen, y'all. Remember earlier I was like, well, we don't know if Papoose was doing his own little thing. Now Remy says he was doing his own thing, but she's not giving you no tea. Do your research. Okay, get into it.
Well, why she outed me? Well, why she outed me? Because you loud. And I know he cares about his personal image and what people think. I needed that. I was being told, you want me out? You want me out? Call police. Call police. Call your brother. Call your brother. Like, what? I'm not calling nobody. I'm not calling nobody over here to try to get them. First of all, the people telling me to call, they got love for you. They look at you as family. Jason Lee, what? Nah. I'm tired of anybody that I sit next to. Oh, that's her new boyfriend. Oh, she's on boyfriend number 4. How the fuck I'm gonna have a boyfriend where I have a lawyer? I have a lawyer. She has been retained since last year. Because the original plan was like, you know what? You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. We said we was going to raise our daughter a certain way, you know, and we gonna figure out how to live in the same house and whatever. But then motherfuckers felt like they could control what I do, but do whatever they want to do. When it was tried to do, when it came to my event and make a fucking scene, if y'all really look back, this didn't come from me. I'm not pushed, Jason, I'm not pushed to the edge. I'm sitting on my couch waiting for the laundry people that come and pick up the laundry and wash it and fold it and bring it back, waiting for them to come, and waiting for the pool people to come clean the pool because I'm letting the girls have a pool party for Memorial Weekend. I'm cool. I'm a mother. I'm with my daughter all the time. I don't just pick her up once a month, if that, and then run the social media and post it to make it seem like I'm the parent of the year. I've seen my daughter more than 3 times this year. I see her every day. She's here. Nobody's taking my phone. She's here. Okay? I'm not, and let's be clear, nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk, nobody, all that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like, nobody, there should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice was like, hey, if you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side, and I'm not emotional. I'm not. I'm very calm. And when I call him, I'm like, yo, why don't you do this and this? And you don't got to be like this. Bad enough, one day, my daughter's going to get older because my son is already grown. All of our other kids I don't even know if they're my kids anymore because, you know, all of our other kids, they're grown. They're the same age as your girl. You know, they're the same age. DJ was born in 95. She was born in 96. So I know how to deal with people of this age. You understand? Like, I'll be like, damn, like, call me. Like, if you ever really want to have a hard time, I'm not even gonna bash nobody. I'll tell you the truth. Somebody said, first of all, it's not about loving somebody. What I needed to do. There was no way. It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 whatever I paid in cash with my name on it only. So yes, you understand? And if you're the one, I take care of the kid, I take care of this, so I stay here. You go, you move over here. You moved on, great. I'm trying to understand what's the holdup. What's the holdup? Who's holding what up? Who's holding what up? I had my lawyer call, like, yo, we sent them the email, right? Yes. He gave his lawyer information? Yeah, you got it. You called him, right? What did she say? She said he hasn't retained her yet. If you don't go pay that lady, I said, okay, maybe it's not there. Maybe, you know, hey, guess what? It could save both of us some money. We don't gotta have all our business out there. We don't have to do all of these things. I paid my lawyer already. Let's get a mediator. I don't want nothing. I'm not asking for child support, spousal support. I don't want no cars. I don't want no crib. I don't want nothing. I'm not giving nobody anything there's neither. I'm lying. I did ask for my jury. I'm missing some jury. I'm missing some jury. I've been asking for my jury back for a long time. Oh, you play with police? You went to the police? I went to the police and filed a complaint about my missing jury that I have insurance on. Like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, you could just give it to me and then that'll be the end of that. Because when I asked, I said, like, yo, babe, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Basically, I'm literally just saying, hey, that's it. It doesn't have to be nothing. It don't have to be nothing. I literally let people say that, oh, infidelity ain't have nothing to do with our breakup. You know that. Because guess what? I'm such a real one. I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home and I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying, though. If we keeping it a bean, I knew she wasn't lying. But what I don't like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm chilling. Well, I know he's telling you over there, right? Who called who babe? No. Nobody called nobody babe. Be clear. When did I say babe? Y'all don't even start on that. Basically, that's what I said. But y'all didn't know about the fights that I had to fight baby mothers on Thanksgiving, right? In niggas' houses. Y'all don't know about. I'm not no corny ass bitch. That's why. Oh, she's this. She's a narcissist. She's a cheater. She's a this. You saying he not bringing nothing to the net, but he's sitting there allowing someone else to bring it to the net. That's what he's doing. I have a problem with that. I'm trying to be amicable, and do mediation, do this. Now I don't care. Like, I've been haven't cared. I don't care. Like, there's always gonna be some type of, I try to maintain some decorum, some level of respect. Like, How am I refusing to anything? I can literally, right here, call my lawyer right now. Call my lawyer right now. Right now. Right now. How am I refusing to sign something? You don't even got a lawyer or retainer. Oh, I just called my lawyer. I got a meeting with her on Saturday. What are y'all meeting for? Can I be there? And we can just have everything done? Mariah Lynn, shut the fuck up, you the realist. Shut up, because you be doing mad little oppie shit too. Don't start with me today. Yeah, you just caught a stray. The fuck? Like, what y'all talking about? Y'all talking about, y'all keep talking. I don't mess with people. I'm not gonna be with anybody because of what they have. I like people because of how they treat me. Okay? And if I'm with somebody, they treat me great. Y'all don't know what a downgrade is. A downgrade.
But why is she acting like the decisions that she made that got her into jail is Papoose's fault? Like, girl, those were your choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, those were your choices, and you went down to jail. So, girl, it's given, yeah, there's clearly something going on. You were a married woman then, you're a married woman now. It don't really, it seems like, you stuck and you are acting like a kid. She's supposed to be a grown woman, and she is up here acting like she is a teeny bopper. A good man is hard to find, and a hard man is definitely good to find. Okay, Remy chose to fight that woman. Absolutely. And then she's bragging about, oh, well, I was fighting baby mamas and here and at the mama's house and this, that, and the third. Ma'am, ma'am, y'all please get this divorce over with. Like, I am over it. It is, girl, and they haven't even started in court yet. I mean, leave all that to the court. Fight in court. Stay offline. Talk to y'all's attorneys. But what I feel like is they are trying to deflect because Diddy is in jail, and his situation with Cassie and these relationships, the cheating, allegedly. They call it cheating, but child. It's a lot. So listen here. I wanted to cover that for you all. Me and Bree, we're going to be working on the Diddy story this evening. I've got to put together our thumbnail. And we'll be live this evening. I'm just, y'all, it's been a month. And the month isn't even out yet. But it's been an interesting month. I won't complain about it. But I want to thank you all for coming by and supporting. You all did take the poll. I asked, are y'all tired of Remy and Papoose? 64% says yes. 36% says no. Okay, you said Remy chose to bang bang that woman in 2007, not Papoose. Exactly. I don't know why she's trying to make it seem like, it's his problem. Those are decisions that she made. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta let that hood mentality go. Like, when you reach a certain tax bracket, you should be in therapy. You should be really living your best life, right? On your terms. But listen, I want to thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all here in a little bit. Thank you for coming by.